Despite being a relatively new phenomenon, social media has already been widely adopted by people all across the world. Merriam-Webster's online dictionary defines social media as a form of communication involving the creation of online communities where people can share information, ideas, and other forms of media content. Did you know that as of January this year, there are around 4.2 billion social media users around the world? That's more than half of the entire world's population. In fact, the typical user spends about 2 hours each day on various social media sites. As we spend that much time online engaging in social interactions with others, how much do we actually know about the effects of such prolonged exposure to this particular type of new media? My name is Jeremy, and in this video, I will be investigating the impact of social media on mental health. Social psychology refers to the study of how our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are influenced by the actual, imagined, or implied presence of other people. Not until recently, interactions between humans would have mostly occurred in person. However, social media has eliminated the need for physical presence, allowing us to catch a glimpse into the lives of others. Whenever someone shares their recent vacation photos or makes a big wedding announcement, we unknowingly engage in what is known as social comparison. Social comparison is a psychological mechanism that occurs when comparisons between two individuals are made, with the basis for comparison usually relating to achievements and accomplishments. Due to our proclivity to conform to societal standards, we strive to ensure that our own achievements and standards are comparable to those around us. While social comparison is not a new phenomenon and may not necessarily be a bad thing, it might have a negative impact on our mental well-being in the context of social media. It is understandable that many people would selectively reveal only the positive highlights of their life while choosing to leave out any indication of struggle or hardships. However, this results in an unrealistic and misleading representation of what they may be going through. As social media is something that came to prominence only within the recent 2 decades, there remains much to be studied, particularly its short and long-term impact on our mental health. Furthermore, any pre-existing studies may be obsolete as social media is constantly evolving. Trends come and go, potentially having new and profound impact on society. In order to investigate how social media impacts mental health, an experiment was designed to simulate the phenomenon of social comparison that typically occurs as we scroll through our news feed. It is hypothesized that making social comparisons involving unrealistic standards would invariably lead to negative emotions. For this experiment, the independent variable will be allowing the participant to engage in social comparison, while the dependent variable will be their emotional state. The experiment will have participants gather in a room where they will be provided a piece of paper containing a set of general knowledge trivia questions. Participants must answer all questions without referring to any material and without the help of others. Their performance must be a true reflection of their own abilities. Once done, the participants will be brought individually into a separate room where they will have their performance evaluated. During the first stage, the participant will be told their actual score. The participant will respond by indicating their emotional state on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being very sad and 10 being very happy. During the second stage, the participant will be then told that he or she had scored the lowest mark among all those who took the test. Once again, he or she will have to indicate how they feel, just as how they have done in the previous stage. While the first stage of the experiment is meant to be a representation of our life and whether we are content with ourselves, the second stage intends on showing how the act of comparing ourselves with others can alter how we feel about ourselves despite there being no changes to our circumstances. Based on the hypothesis, the emotions recorded during the first stage should be a true representation of how the participant evaluated their own performance. The second stage would then see a decrease in emotional rating as the participant reacts to the discovery that their performance failed to match up to everyone else's. If it is proven that social comparison done through social media platforms indeed have a detrimental impact on our mental well-being, this knowledge can be beneficial for the vast number of people who are active users. Do not believe everything you see online, and beware of lies when you socialize.